What's the most shocking downfall you've witnessed at work? Our VP of sales, Richard, went from driving a Porsche and living in a $1 million house to sleeping in his office because sports betting destroyed his entire life in 18 months. Richard was the golden boy of our company. Top performer, huge bonus checks, always talking about his latest vacation or expensive watch. He had this perfect family with 2 young kids and a wife who looked like she stepped out of a magazine. The first sign something was wrong came during March Madness 2 years ago. Richard started obsessively checking his phone during meetings, sweating through presentations, and snapping at people over minor things. "You okay, man?" I asked him after he lost it on our intern for bringing the wrong coffee. "Just stress from the quarterly numbers," he said, but his hands were shaking as he checked his phone again. Then the borrowing started. Small amounts at first. "Hey, can you spot me $200 for lunch? I forgot my wallet," he'd say to different people throughout the office. Within a month, he'd borrowed money from literally everyone in our department. The excuses got more elaborate. His credit cards were compromised, his bank account was temporarily frozen, his wife was handling all their finances while he focused on work. But Richard's sales performance was actually getting better. He was working insanely long hours, closing deals like a madman, desperate to hit bigger and bigger commission checks. "I need this Henderson deal to close by Friday," he'd tell our team. "It's absolutely critical." We thought he was just being ambitious. We had no idea he was betting his entire commission on weekend games, trying to win back what he'd already lost. The real drama started when Richard's wife called our office looking for him. "He hasn't been home in 3 days," she told our receptionist. "His phone goes straight to voicemail. I found credit card statements. There's gambling charges for hundreds of thousands of dollars." That's when we realized Richard had been sleeping in his office. He'd installed a sleeping bag behind his desk and was showering in the executive bathroom. Our HR director confronted him, and Richard broke down completely. "I'm in deep with some people you don't want to be in deep with," he sobbed. "I've bet everything. The house, the cars, my kids' college funds. I took cash advances on 17 different credit cards." The numbers were staggering. Richard had accumulated over $2.3 million in gambling debt across multiple platforms, loan sharks, and offshore betting sites. He'd been placing increasingly desperate bets, sometimes wagering $50,000 on a single game, convinced the next win would save him. "I had a system," he kept saying. "I was so close to getting even, just one more big win." But there was never a big win, just bigger losses. His wife filed for divorce the next week and moved back to her parents' house with the kids. The bank foreclosed on their home. His cars got repossessed while he was in client meetings. Richard tried to keep working, but the stress made him completely unreliable. He'd disappear during important presentations to place just one quick bet on his phone. The final straw came when our biggest client complained that Richard had asked him for a personal loan during a business dinner. Management finally staged an intervention, offering to pay for gambling addiction treatment if he'd take a leave of absence. "I don't need treatment," Richard insisted. "I just need one good weekend to get back on track." Security escorted him out that afternoon, and we never saw him again. 6 months later, I heard through mutual friends that Richard was working at a call center, living in a studio apartment, and still secretly betting his paycheck every Friday on his phone.